What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode here of Palangi Studio of Rock, only on Radio Wigwam, 9 p.m. 9 p.m. US and UK now, just 9 p.m. You can cut out the 8 p.m., okay? Now, I've been kind of busy with movie stuff, so this is the first interview after two reschedules that I've managed to get with you guys. We have Penny Fountain here from Florida. What's up, guys?
What's up, everybody?
How you doing? Introduce yourselves. We got three dudes in the building here.
We're in the dark too, where we're not. My name is Xavier. I am the singer and bassist.
I'm Nick. I play guitar and I do backup vocals.
I'm Justin. I do drums.
The drummers, man. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. So, do you do any backup vocals too on drums? Do you do any shouts?
Nah, just like dumb dad jokes in between songs. That's what they don't give me in my.
You turn around and go, should we start the next song?
Yes.
New bass. Yeah. So you play bass and sing, right? So I find that unique because I don't see a lot of. Well, how would you describe your style?
Okay, so like the band style or my style?
The band style.
Okay, that's always hard. All right, so that works. You take off the lampshade. I was trying.
Pop punk, hard rock, early 2000s.
Yeah, definitely like a Y2K like vibe, but like
okay.
I don't know, we have a lot of different inspirations and stuff.
Jimmy Eat World, I heard wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of Jew.
Yep. And Offspring too. Offspring, you guys like them?
Oh, I love the Offspring.
Yeah.
I like my dad's favorite band is the Offspring, so I've listened to them since like.
So it's ingrained. So you know the octave chord very well on guitar.
Yes, dude. I like even the songs that we're like working on like now, like new songs, they still always have like the octave. I love the octave chord.
And that's so Offspring, and I don't know who made it up first. I feel like Offspring and then Creed. Mark Tremonti used it a lot in Creed.
Yeah.
Because I remember getting books of that stuff. I had, the Creed, Offspring, Metallica, and I was like, well, Metallica's where it's at. I go, I got to learn this stuff. But I learned all those octave stuff and then the one note, melodies and stuff from those, whatever you want to call them, pop punk bands. I originally listened to Blink-182, Good Charlotte, Hoobastank.
Yeah,
Crawl in the Dark. Yeah,
Blink-182 is like my all-time favorite band.
Solid,
Something Corporate.
Okay. I haven't listened. That's a band.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the one band. Like I see a lot of people like they're at a festival, and I thought like I didn't understand the name at first. Like I didn't realize it was a band.
You thought it was something corporate.
Yeah.
No, it's a corporate band.
Like, they had like the shirt. They had like the shirt. Like I saw like a bunch of people walking around with something corporate on their shirt, and I thought it was just. I mean, well, it is a joke on it, but like I didn't realize it was a band.
It was a work retreat.
Yeah. So I want to get to all three of your instruments. So you were talking about octave chords, right? Do you play the bass octave chords in any of your originals, or is it more stuff that you've learned?
Oh yeah, I don't do well, on the bass. I kind of just do my own thing. Like it's weird. Like definitely my biggest inspiration is Mark Hoppus. Just all the ways that like he played it, because like I know how to play like every Blink bass line. So that definitely has like a huge like inspiration on what I do. But then I just started like just throwing in chords, like basically just like power chords. Like,
Yeah.
I don't do them on the I'll never like do them on the whatever it's called, the E string, because I won't do like power chords because it gets like too muddy. But like
it sounds like medieval metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great on the A string and the D.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really cool.
But if you try and do it like too low, it just sounds like really muddy.
Yeah. Do you try to do the power chord thing at the low E where you're trying to do like the low E with the chord?
What I do in one of our songs is I just do a big E chord. So it's just like the low E, and then I just do a power chord of the E on the A.
Yes, that's what you want to do. Yeah.
That one.
So 7-0, you do the 7-0 one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a cool one on bass. It's funny, guitar, right? We'll get to the guitar, but doing it on bass, it's a different sound than guitar. It's like very punchy.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, but What made you start bass instead of like something else?
Like the real reason is like when the band, like a long time ago when the band was like forming. I mean, I started out on guitar, and
Oh, yeah, okay.
the band was like forming, and like there was a bassist needed, and I was like, okay, bet.
Is
And
it easier to play bass and sing? I mean,
no, it's the same.
it's the
It's the,
same.
yeah, if I'm playing the guitar and singing, it doesn't change much.
Okay. What about guitar? So is that how's that factor in with backup vocals and playing guitar?
Uh, I'm not very good at singing and playing at the same time. That's for sure. The backup vocals, it's like I've already got the lead vocals going, so it's a lot easier to follow along with it. But there are
Yeah.
definitely like some times where like I've had to really sit down and practice singing and playing at the same time because I always feel like it's like you're using two separate parts of your brain while you're doing it.
You
So
are. Yeah.
just a lot of practice because I originally started out on bass as well when I played in different bands doing local music, and then this is the first band that I played in where I've been like the lead guitarist. So
Okay. That's interesting. So you started out in bass, he started out in guitar. You guys
yeah,
ever
like
switch?
yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is wild. Because
What's your setup? Because I like to talk about gear too, which most interviews never do.
I wish I could
So
just like grab
Can
you.
I just walk the cabin?
Yeah, like in this camera,
Let's just do
I
a
could
live
just
set right now.
because it's right over there, like behind,
Okay.
like it's in that other
Behind
room.
the door?
Yeah, so like this is my room, and then you just walk
That's
across
like
the
Narnia.
little aisle, and then there's the studio over
Oh,
there. It's
okay.
all over there. Do you want to go
Okay.
set up first, like your whole?
Dude, I mean, the main thing I want to talk about is the cab that we have.
Yeah, that one has a cool.
I
Story.
had Xavier used to work at Sam Ash, and I think there was this guy that came in, and he had tried to sell this cab, but it was all these makeshift parts that were inside of it, so it's just kind of like this hybrid cab, and he couldn't take it to sell in the store, right? But the guy gave it to you.
Because it wasn't like a name brand or anything.
Was that the
Like
cab?
like a
Which
Frankenstein.
cat? Which
The
cat
one
are
that's
you
in
talking-
the one that's in the garage.
Oh
right now.
yeah,
It's like-
I thought you were talking about the one.
no,
he's
I'm
using
getting
now.
to
I was
that.
like,
We're building up
I
to
was
it.
thinking like, well, this is not that at all. I was so
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a guy who tried to sell a cab to a music store, couldn't sell it because there was a bunch of different parts inside of it. So I took that one, and then that was a cab that I used. And then
Okay.
he left it in the bed of his pickup truck, and it started raining. And then we ruined that. So we were looking on Facebook Marketplace, and we found this dude who had built a cab himself at his house back in like 1994, and he was only selling it for like $170.
That one's
Yep.
Bought it, and it's like, what would you
crackle.
Yeah, it's like crackle, so it's got all these cool, unique like
Yeah,
lightning
it's black
bolts
and
on
white.
it.
It's black and white crackle. Like
Yeah.
spray paint.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
I've seen vinyl, I've seen carpet, I've seen everything.
That's
Yeah. Like actual carpet. I don't know. Somebody
That's
just
like
stapled
70s.
it to it.
Yeah.
Randall is actually famous for like the carpet kind of design, but it had like this 80s metal grill, like if you were in a jail or something like that.
Oh, interesting.
Really cool. And the full stack was huge. It was so lightweight, but it was huge. I mean, it went probably up to the top of my panel there. And
That's crazy.
I wish I didn't sell it, but I was like, the thing was so big.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Sasquatch.
Yeah, it was really nice.
It's not light. It's
No,
not light at
but-
all. The one that we
yeah.
have, it's so heavy.
Yeah. Does it all have rollers on it at least?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's the staircase to get it downstairs.
Yeah,
we're
we're
upstairs right
upstairs
now.
right now.
It's so narrow. It's such
Oh.
a pain
Because
to
we
like
have
move
to,
down the
yeah,
stairs.
for each gig we have to.
We're going to develop.
You know what you
something.
do is you do a practice, cab, and then you get the that's your live cab, and you just leave it
Yeah.
downstairs.
We could have,
True.
if we could. Okay, so it has been rained on, but I haven't tested that other cab. Maybe
Oh,
by some miracle, maybe it'll work.
Dude, it smells awful.
It's a
I don't want to
it's a
bring
great
that
shot.
in.
It's in my
It
garage.
smells so
It,
bad.
It got waterlogged, bro. You can
do
smell
you
it.
when we play bass, do you play direct in live, or do you use a cab, or
Yeah, I have a cab.
Amp.
It's a very similar story. So the exact same thing happened to my cab. I had an Avatar cab, and those are so rare, and I love that cab.
Hmm.
I don't even want to.
It got rain? Everything got rained on. Same
So I
gig.
had no.
No.
This is two separate occasions, and I
We don't learn. We don't learn.
Every
from our
time we
past
play, it
mistakes.
yeah,
rains.
basically yeah. So, but I had like a 4x12, and then I found a matching 2x12 one time when I was because I used to work at Sam Ash. That's a whole
Yep.
story in itself.
right.
How did you like working at the music store versus we have guitar centers here, but I like Sam Ash better.
Yeah, I miss it. It's gone. I like
Oh.
I remember
That's
the
right.
day.
They all went out. That's
Yeah,
right.
they sold,
I
yeah.
remember the day I
Yeah.
learned the news. I was just on break. I was eating lunch and I was sitting in my truck and I went on Reddit and some dude I'm like, dude, this is how it happened. Like my boss was in his what do we call it?
Office.
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't get it. I kept trying
His
to
cubicle.
This
yeah,
cubicle.
I kept trying to say studio, but
This
he was in his office all day and I was like, oh, that's weird. What's he doing in there? So yeah, by lunch I was
Freaking
sitting
out.
there. Yeah, yeah.
He's like,
And
we're closing.
yeah,
future.
and I just see some like whistleblower that like unveiled the information or whatever, and I was like, "What is this? Is this true?" And I go in and like I show one of my coworkers, and I went and told I went into my boss's office, and I was like, "Hey man, is this real?" And he went, "Yeah, yeah."
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'm gonna tell everyone. No, not everybody's here today, so I'm just gonna tell everyone on Friday and have a little meeting."
And Xavier's like, "Hey, everyone!"
I didn't do it. No. I kept my mouth shut. It was just me. It was just me. And
Guitar Center or anything else didn't go in where they went out.
they were very mean to us. They were like, we were like, hey, can we have jobs here? And they're like, that's what you get. That's what you get. I was like,
bro, we just work here.
yeah,
dude.
I was like, we're just like the people who work here. We're not like the corporate competitor. I don't give a shit where you work.
Do you have any local ones? Like we have 2 or 3
I live in the middle of nowhere.
good ones.
Yeah, no, those, like I would say Guitar Center and Sam Max are like the big ones. Now it's Guitar Center. We have a few like
Yeah, my nearest guitar center is like 40 minutes away from me.
yeah, we have like
Yeah, mine's 45.
like
Yeah.
stores, but like nothing that's like warehouse like equivalent that like has a lot of like
Oh.
instruments available and things like that.
If you're ever touring in upstate New York, check out Parkway Music. They're locally owned, but they have a bunch of stuff they can order whatever. It's 2 floors, so it's
Right on.
it's
Is
they're
that like
doing
is that like in Manhattan or is that like upstate New York?
upstate New York.
Ah,
It's like if you toured Albany.
I was up there for, near Lake Placid. I got to go down the luge, the Olympic luge.
That's way up there.
Yeah. That was way upstate.
The heck is up there? Did you play at the mountain?
No, that was a while ago, just for a fun trip. But recently, I went
Oh.
to the city and I played at the Triad for like a little jazz thing.
Yep.
And that was cool. It was like a little like intimate like concert, but they had like 2-floor balcony, and yeah, it was pretty fun. I have a buddy who lives up there. He does auditions on Broadway and event planning and all that.
So what's your influences on drums and where'd you learn to?
So like anything like metal, like Invent Animate, North Lane. I mean, obviously, Travis Barker from Blink-182.
Yeah.
Right there. And then Two from Sleep Token. He's killing it right now. Just like his like influences. I think he really brings a good variety into it. He has like gospel, hip hop, metal.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. So, but yeah, it's cool to see how like songs I grew up with listening to, how it influenced me and how I'm getting inspiration from like newer artists or even artists younger than me. So it's always trying to evolve, but I always find myself going back to like those nice like double pedal patterns and all that. So
What type of pedals do you have?
I have 5,000 DWs that I play shows with, and then I have a practice 3,000 DWs. So
Do you have the felt or the rubber end?
the felt, but I actually turn them around and use the harder part of it.
Okay.
It has more of like a punch. The
Yes.
felt's nice, but I feel like it doesn't have that like pop. It has a good oomph, but when you turn around and use that harder side, you hear it.
Got that Vinnie Paul feel.
Yeah.
Yep. If you ever check them out, I was surprised because I've owned all the DWs and I bought a Dixon pair.
Okay.
I'm never going back to DW.
The only thing I don't like about my 5,000s right now is I can't change the position of the beater action. I can change the height, but
Yeah.
on change, the sweet spot
Angle.
tension of the springs, and yeah, exactly. So, but I might be shopping around for some different ones, but I'll take any recommendations for sure.
Try them. They're cool. I mean, they're either chrome or chrome blue, chrome red, but they hit really smooth.
Nice.
Let me just say that they're really good. And because I've owned Iron Cobras too.
Yeah, those are popular. Yeah,
Those are good, but this is better. I really think it's better. Yeah.
I think you have a single pedal one. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, you have that one.
Yeah. And the double one's nice. So like my background is I had like nobody to kind of play with at first, right? And I play guitar and then a kid was like, I play bass in high school. And I go, why don't you come over?
Yeah.
I go, why don't you leave your amp here and maybe all your equipment so that way you can come over like 4 times a week? And he's like, okay. So I learned to play the bass and the drums kind of that way.
Right
And then I
on.
got my own kits, but it's a lot. It's I don't know about you guys, but it's hours
Yep.
and hours. I always say because I teach guitar and I go, it's like how do I play? I go practice and
Yeah,
practice and
exactly.
practice. You know,
Yeah.
that's my
I
best advice. I don't know.
I grew up playing saxophone, and so that was like my main instrument. And then
Oh, okay.
when I went into college, you had to minor in piano if you were majoring in another instrument. But I had a buddy just give me a drum set. He traded it for a World of Warcraft account. So that's
Okay.
and then
That's
he's
some lore.
I know, right? And
Lore.
then he's like, "Hey, I actually don't have room for this at my house. Do you want it?" I'm like, "Heck yeah, I want it." So I set up my house. I'm just going at it, just doing random stuff. And
That's
then just from
cool.
there, repetition. Like I wasn't that good. I mainly just played the songs, but then I have a buddy who was like, "Hey, there's some guys who like to jam. You want jam with them?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And just got into like playing with other people, finding a rhythm. But yeah, the hours and hours of just sitting there, going over, counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, just all the basics.
Yeah.
It adds up. It adds up, and everyone has their own their own progress, their own path. But definitely when people say like what's the secret to getting faster? What's the secret to getting more on time? And just practice. That's all it is.
Yep. How do you get that triple with the one hand?
Yeah, very slow.
That's that. Yeah. I'm like, I could do the double. The triple's a little.
No,
I
it's
can
a
do it with
work.
two hands. Obviously, 2 hands is easy, but you get
Mm-hmm.
that because you hear that in Megadeth and you hear that in Slayer. That
Yeah.
and I'm like, then your wrist kills you.
Yeah. My
Which is
first.
different. So from playing drums to guitar and all that, it affects different parts of your body, right? And a lot of people, the way they play, like, that guy sounds like he's just freaking smacking it. In reality, being a drummer, right? It could be just all him. It's not like some people do put their whole body into it, but you notice they're not like they're not speed metal guys.
Yeah.
They're very precise,
Yeah. There's
you
a
know.
theatric to it. Like when you're performing, you're performing. You're not just
There's a
yeah. You're
flow.
so I teach drums and piano and saxophone, and when I see a lot of my beginner drum students, they're wanting to play fast, and when they would go to play fast, they play hard. I'm like, hey, it's all right here, bud. So when they go and play
Yeah.
hard, I'm like, look at this, and I just go and snap my wrist, and they're like, so it is there's technique
Yeah.
to it, anything like with guitar, anything like that. But yeah, people they hear it and they want to play like that, and they don't realize the actual
It
steps it
takes
takes.
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you play bass? I didn't notice with your fingers or pick.
Pick.
Yeah, see, I'm a pick guy. I a
Yeah.
little teeny bit of I'm like,
Every time like I answer that question, I'm like, all right, this is gonna go one
Make
two
or break.
ways.
Yeah.
yeah, you're either doomed or not. Well, I say, dude, I'm a guitarist, so I play bass with a pick.
Yeah,
And
I
they're like,
started.
oh, that's cool. But if you're
Yeah,
just a bass player and you don't play with your fingers, it's like, you're dead, dude.
Oh,
like I
yeah.
can. Like
Yeah, I prefer the sound with the pick.
yeah.
That's my lingo. Is I think it resonates a little better depending on what style.
I don't,
You're
yeah.
playing corn, you got to use your fingers,
Mhm.
that kind of stuff. But so I checked out some of your music videos and stuff, and it's very well directed, well thought through, and it's not just thrown together like on a cell phone, which I really liked because I make horror movies and stuff too, and I have a film background. I always look at all that kind of stuff. It's very how much input, or did you guys even make the music video yourselves of like how each music video? Because you had what's it like the Brains one with the zombies, Euphoria, and then the Goth Girl one's actually the one I watched like 6 times. I was like, this is a really
Nice.
good music video.
Nice.
So tell me about those.
So the ideas were kind of just like okay, they were just like all kind of my ideas that I put together. That's I was
That's
just
all
like,
right.
let's just like go crazy with this. Like with brains, I really wanted to make something like Call of Duty Zombies, and that's why the wall is like boarded up like that. And
Yeah.
yeah, but
Ka-ching.
yeah. But we worked with this company across like we're on like this side of Florida so it's like a penis, and we're on so we're on this side. They're on this side. They're in like the Miami
You
area.
say
They're like the
No, no.
The side you never go near.
Yeah, well, I had my way of explaining. You get the point.
Bold, very
Yeah,
bold.
very bold,
Yep.
bold veins. There's the highways.
Isn't the Florida like the other Italian boot? That's what I always hear.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we worked with Aflux Studios, and so I don't even. I gotta think. This is so
So they had
long.
the set. They have the props, or you had to bring all that, make it all, or
Oh yeah, we didn't. I
They
didn't
got
make
like a
that.
warehouse. In,
Yeah,
like,
they
the
have
back.
like
oh, so they're like a production studio. It's like,
yeah,
come on
it's
down.
crazy.
Yeah, what they do like some tour production too. Like I think it was like for like Megadeth, Corn,
Yeah,
and like
they-
they'll set up their stage,
Oh,
test it all there, and then they'll ship it out and do the tour. So it was very nice setup for sure.
so being a indie band, let me see. How did you afford that? Those, I mean, you did like 3 or 4.
Check out our OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding.
We just kind of
You-
like I just kind of was just like I really want to do something crazy, and yeah, it was kind of expensive, but it wasn't like insane.
Yeah, when you divvy it up.
Yeah, when you divvy it up, oh my gosh, you hear that
That was
lightning?
loud.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably get it soon too. It's raining. Well, see, I'm not used to that. I'm a solo guy, right? So I got it's
Yeah.
all out of my
All
wallet.
more planning.
Bye bye.
I always want to do
So-
something like it doesn't like with some of these next videos. I'm kind of thinking about like going like more like lower budget, but still doing something really like, crazy. Like
Do it on location.
yeah, it doesn't
Like an
have
old house. It's shitty.
yeah, and
you know.
especially for the vibe that I'm thinking for it, it's gonna be shot on like lower quality like cameras and stuff.
You could do just buy what they did because there's a grit to every music video too. I don't know if you're like specifically, I wanted a grit, I want it to look like this. Like I don't know how much input like I want these because there's a lot of close-ups too. Like did you plan out the shots or
we,
did
we
they
didn't really. I guess like we had input on like some of the shots. Like I can't think of any like off the top of my head that I was like we need
he's just
this.
like this is the vision, this is how we're,
Yeah, I would like I had like
Like,
a
that's
vision
cool.
board. Like I had a vision board. I sent them the song. I was like, okay, this is kind of like our idea. This is what I. These are some of like my reference videos that I've seen or like that. I think
Mhm.
are cool. And then I would list out ideas or if I had any specific things. It's been a while, so I can't remember exactly which like specific ideas were mine. I
Okay.
do know that the boarded up wall was my idea. That's
Was
it.
that your fans or
Yeah,
just
board right
the
there.
workers from the movie crew going?
It was funny because G Star Studios. There's like 3 different names for this place, but like it's it's like adjacent to like a high school, and the high school like they work with them, and so these were all like extras that like he had that were like kids who like wanted to be in like the movie.
That's
Yeah, when they
funny.
have so many hours of like theater or like so many hours of production
Yeah.
or video, they'll have some students
Yeah.
who are trying to get that. So and that kind of makes it a little bit affordable. But yeah, it was really cool just like having that like professional setup, but being able to have that own vision or have that mindset to be able to
Yeah.
make it our own.
My
type of
mom
thing.
did the makeup on the arms.
Yeah.
There you go. It's funny you mentioned the school thing because I was watching the Brains one and I go, that's what hit me. There's a little bit of, I would call it that high school Disney kind of thing.
I
And I
wrote
was,
it in high school.
oh, did you really?
Yeah, that song was definitely
Oh,
good in high school.
well,
All
not
the-
so much, but like that it's next to the school and you had high school, high schoolers in it. And I was like, okay, so usually there's like a hidden thing that I watch a video and I'm like, I wonder. And then somebody will just say that. I don't know how the heck I pick up on it, but anyways, did you guys go after like licensing and stuff? Because that song you could license to any of that stuff, and even like a video game esque the teen market.
Oh,
See,
that's
I
a
would
very
love to.
popular.
I have
yeah.
absolutely no idea how to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I would love to. That'd be super cool. But I just have no idea like who to reach out to for a lot of stuff.
It
Like,
could be a TV show theme song to the next,
I've always seen it as like
Zombie
yeah,
5
be
movie.
something.
Yeah, I picture that. Well, look into it. Do some research. There's some agencies out there that do take submissions without agents and stuff. Most of it's unsolicited. So you're like, how the heck, like, especially with record labels, right? How the heck do we get it to them if it's unsolicited? It's
Right.
unsolicited and the thing. I can't do that either. So how do they? It's basically if they stumble across you and they,
Just stand outside their building with a boombox and just wait.
yeah, just like carry the band's banner the whole time and
Yeah.
go,
We're
Sixth day,
filibustering
I'm
our
here.
song. Take it.
Now, what do you guys? So you're what's your like gigs and touring stuff like? You guys get up to where I am in New York? You go to the like California is probably tough touring that way.
We haven't made it like
No.
that far yet.
So
I-
it's cool. We do have connections out in those areas. It's mainly like right now with the most recent one we've been kind of like doing behind the scenes is finding bands that are either consistent in that area that want to play in those areas or having venues that are like open or like not booked out. And we've been working with different things. Either bands have conflicting dates or they've had family emergencies, and there's always just that essence of life getting in the way. But
Yeah.
done a few. We did one last year. You guys went on a little
week
stint.
that was
long
the first.
tour,
That was
yeah.
the first tour.
Yeah, and then we got another like little thing that we're planning right now. But yeah, the main thing is just not getting saturated in one area. We do have a really cool music scene down here. We have like Crowbar, we have Ritz, we have Orpheum, Asira down in Bradenton, up in Jacksonville, we have Jackrabbits. So we have all these cool areas. Up in Orlando, there's Conduit. So those scenes, and the cool thing in Florida, because it's such a long Italian boot, is you can kind of feel like you're going out of your way to play a show somewhere else, but you're still in Florida. So it is kind of we're getting out of that long loop and getting up into Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina. So as
slowly,
I have flies in my studio. Sorry, guys.
oh no, you're good. But
I'm
as
like,
we start
if you see me twitch, it's not.
Man, this guy's speaking the truth. Yeah. But yeah, as we start getting up in those areas, sowing our roots, we can start, forming those relationships, getting more consistency, getting our foot in the door of those venues, seeing the draw that we have, or just the presence we have. And that's always a big thing too. It's just those event spaces, those venues, they see tons and tons of bands come out and say, yeah, we can promise this many sales or do this and that, and they don't show up for it.
They don't.
So we really try to, like, even if it is like something like bare minimum, we always push that envelope. We always 110%, and that really speaks for itself and gets us that consistent return. So
yeah, and it's the gigs that are you available like tomorrow? You know what I mean? Because the people are backing out. You guys want to be the ones that say yes.
Yeah,
exactly. But then it's tough, right? Because it's like, all right, do I do music full time and do I work? And then something like that comes up and wait a minute, you can't take work off. And you're like, well, we're opening up for Buck Cherry. No, we're doing this. You know what I mean? And then they say, okay, you're fired. How do you guys handle that?
Well,
I don't think we've had that issue.
I'm a regional coordinator at a music school, so I can kind of set my hours, and my boss is really cool. It's like the owner than me. So if I tell her, hey, I'm going to take this week off, I can do this work remote, anything else, let me know to make. She's like, yeah, cool, no problem. Cool. So being in my position, it's really nice. A few years ago, I wasn't so lucky. I was, in a full-time position, working at Publix. And that's like, you have to put your vacation in so many in advance. And you can't request off around these dates. And that's it puts you in a box. So you end up having to sacrifice your security for opportunity. And once
you're doing shows, you're exhausted because you just worked and you got to do a show and then go to work the next day.
I've pulled some 24 hours. There's times I worked the super early morning shift, 4 a.m. to 1. There's been times on the weekends where I'll get off work, go play a show, maybe get an hour or two of sleep and go right back in and go into work the next day. And it adds up. But right now, personally, I'm in a pretty good position where I
have that Red Bull right there.
That's rock and roll, everybody.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm able to kind of be more flexible with my hours, be more remote, and it really sets me up to, go on those longer trips or, take time off to work on recording or things like that. So
I think I lucked out.
Go ahead.
I think I lucked out with my job because I work in a kitchen, but my boss hired me originally because I told him I did music and he thought it was cool. So everybody's all my coworkers are super supportive about it. Whenever I need to take time off, like everybody's super chill with it. But if it's like a last minute, then I usually gotta throw some money down for somebody to take my shift. Like, please work. Please work.
Oh, that's You can do it as long as you get a replacement. Yeah. I've been those days. Or like you're throwing up or something like that, and they're like, "Well, you still got to come in unless you find a
Dude,
place."
yeah, it's a night. Yeah, food
Yeah,
service. Like, this is the one food service job I've worked that I've like actually genuinely enjoyed. Most of them, I'm just like, I can't. I don't like this.
can't do it. Yeah. So, tell me about more of like Euphoria and some of these other songs. Like, so you studio in the house, like where you guys recorded everything, where did you mix stuff?
Okay, you got this.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right. So originally, it was a riff that Xavier came up with what former bandmate, no longer in the band. And then when we had a lineup switch where Justin and I joined the band, and I became the guitarist, he became the new drummer. This was kind of the first piece that Xavier showed us and was like, "Yo, let's do something with this." So then, Xavier came up with lyrics. We started adding all of our different pieces to it. So this is really the first Penny Fountain song that the new lineup is really included in.
Yeah. Yep.
We found a producer, had the song produced, went, shot the music video. We had a really cool show at the skate park in Tampa back in March when we released a song to promote it. And that was super
so
cool.
Like being at Tony Hawk's.
Yeah, literally. I played the Tony Hawk's Underground as a kid, and then I walked in there and was like, oh my God, I know this. I've been here before.
That's it. Yeah.
I did a 900 right there.
Yeah, right?
In the video game. I love those video games too. Those are cool.
Oh, yeah.
The third and the fourth one's out too. They just remastered those. I never played
yeah,
the
I've played
original
'em.
4.
Oh
Played
yeah.
1 through 3.
Mhm.
But 4 was like the tail end of PlayStation where it was like real crummy.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
That one I didn't play that much, but when they came back with Underground,
Was
it was a different take because there's a lot more like exploratory missions and you're like driving cars. Yeah, there's an actual story.
Okay.
I would say American Wasteland was the peak. That was like top
Really?
tier Tony Hawk for me, and then I
didn't
Oh.
know any of these.
oh man. So
That's like
I only knew of 1, 2, 3. That's
yeah, no, those are classic. Like those
2 and 3 are really good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So
one on the Game Boy. It was really weird.
Yeah,
you're
those
a
ones are-
Game
those
Boy
ones
baby.
are-
Yeah, well, I had it. What do you mean?
A little
What
Game
did you-
Boy baby. I mean,
What was that supposed
I
to
had a
be?
Game Boy, but then I got a PlayStation.
Yeah, well, mine got stolen. It was
Play-
like the blue flip one. Which one was that? The SP?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's not even
What do you mean? That's not even.
That's like a PSP, right? Is you talking about?
the SP. Yeah.
Oh, the blue. Yeah, the I know there's
Yeah.
blue and red.
It's
And,
Game Boy Advance. I thought you were talking about.
yes, it flipped.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah,
didn't
there's
have
little
that.
2
I thought
screens.
1800s like you
Hey,
were.
respect the foundation.
I used to work in a video game store too, so I was like, oh, I think I remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it had a little 2 screens on it, I think, too, one of them.
The,
The first stylus pen too. You could kind of like do like
which
one
is
thing.
You see a lot of people filming concerts now on like
Oh,
their
the 3DS. Yeah.
Talking about grainy video, but
Oh,
it's
man.
like, yeah, it's supposed to be like that vintage like era type. Like, oh man, imagine like growing up during that time and seeing a video. Like, oh, it's kind of cool. But again, at the at a concert, you'll see some guy with this 3DS. Like, yeah, check this out.
I used to bring the small, like little cameras that they sold in the stores that took photos, and I used to take video with that.
Nice.
That's like 480, not a 360p maybe. I don't even know, say 480. But I'm just like, oh my god.
That's YouTube gold right there.
Yeah. So that's way out there, but so what's your interests outside of music? You guys seem like you live music pretty much.
Oh no, there's a lot of.
I like the gym. I like going to the gym. That's fun. Exercising. I'm really big into fitness. I like going on runs. That's been like my 2 things past couple of years is exercise, dieting, and then.
Do you like stretch before you play guitar or?
No, I probably should because I've noticed as I've gotten older, my wrists, like working in the kitchen, video games, guitar, like my wrists are bad, dude. Like they pop, like they don't feel like.
I need to
sometimes
take my iron vitamins.
If I play guitar for too long, like my hands get really sore. And I'm like, dude, like you guys were talking earlier about playing bass with pick versus fingers. I love playing bass with my fingers. That's my favorite way to play bass. But like as I've gotten older, like
ladies,
with my wrist, dude, like I can't do like I used to be able to. I feel so. I play pick more often than not.
A lot of that is like, where do you abuse your hands, right? It's like,
yeah.
You got a job, you're doing this. Well, it's going to lead to this, going to lead to this. And yeah, it's tough. we'll see him all wristband up here pretty soon, and he'll have like they make like these little cask over your thumb and all that. You'll have all that on.
Icy hot,
Yeah.
Bengay, all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
We'll get
You're
like,
like, oh, I got this.
Like
Put that right in there.
Just get a drill and put a pick on it and just go, you know.
I might have to.
A lot of it though is stretching, and it might be the way you play actually a little bit. So I had 6 years ago, I kind of fell into that issue where my wrist started to like hurt here, and then I have a left hand thing because it's if you can play straight, but if you play too bent in certain ways, after 20 years it hurts, right? Which I never realized. I was like, I could just go up and play and whatever,
Right.
but I had to rethink entirely how I played. So I went to Berkeley to get the rock guitar certification.
Nice.
And I relearned it from there. And I was like, it's like a martial art. It's all about the energy that you don't give it. You know what I mean? It's, the bounce, you have to feel the bounce of the strings. You have to move almost with limited mobility to play the fastest. And if you can do that, you can actually play faster. So it actually helped. And I don't even remember how I played before, to be honest. I have no clue.
Throw it out the window.
But you might want to analyze that with, okay, am I always like doing this thing with my thumb with these chords, and maybe that's what's causing it. But there's other ways that you can relearn the same stuff and still play it fine and great and all that, and it won't kill you.
Yeah, so I never. Yeah,
I'm just too good.
You might have to analyze it. You really have to analyze it. Like, what am I doing specifically? Like, even if it's overstretching, whatever. It's a pain, but
I had never learned like sheet music or anything, which is weird because my very first instrument was violin, and I was like first chair in my choir from sixth grade to freshman year. I never knew how to read a note on sheet music. I don't know how to read sheet music. So when I learned guitar, I learned tablature because in my head I'm like, this is just like guitar here. I can do this. Is easy.
Yeah, it's numbers,
but
right?
It doesn't teach you proper like chord formation. So like there would be times where Xavier's like showing me chords or something, and I'm like, I play that like really weird and like it's so inconvenient. And there's a way easier way to play it, but it's ingrained in my head from years of playing, or like the way I held a pick. I pick differently now because Xavier's like, why don't you do it this way? This is way easier. I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. So
there's definitely a lot of stuff that I could for sure like relearn how to play on guitar.
Just
baby. It just takes some time.
Yeah, but if it messes on my wrist, dude, like.
I always say, like, I always try and be like, oh, there's this way you can play it, there's this way you can play it. But then you got like James Hetfield who plays all downstrokes. I can't do that.
That's what
I
makes
can play Master of Puppets,
or you have.
I can't play.
You can't play it down.
And who's to say that he's playing it wrong? Like, I mean, he wrote it. Obviously, he's not. But you know what I mean. Like, they would say, "Oh, it's easier to do it like this," but like, I don't know.
Technically, I don't think you're supposed to downstroke that fast on like he's got some natural weird thing, you know what I mean?
It's the tremors. It's his old. I'm just kidding.
Well, that's we're all different, right? So it's you might be like, dude, like James Hetfield, the downstroke is his up and down stroke. You know what I mean? And then the up and down picks are like laggy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know. But it's all on naturally what somebody's good at. And I don't really know if that's somebody's hands. I think it's a mixture between somebody's hands and their brain.
Yeah.
How it all works.
I mean, I have one drum student in particular. He likes to play open-handed, but he's right-handed. And a lot of times when you're a drummer and you're right-handed, you cross your hands. So I tell him, if you're going to play open-handed, you have to be cautious about what hand's going to lead your fill, because when you go to hit your tom or hit the cymbal, you naturally want to lead with your right hand. But he's working on it. I'm telling him, hey, if you're going to do it, practice it this way, and he's getting there. And some people just have if you're skateboarding, regular versus goofy, there's a different way you're staying on the board, but you're kind of getting the same result at the end of the day.
Yeah, you're doing the same thing.
So there's some uniqueness to it, and I think that's what kind of makes some songs like that song, because
scooter goofy.
There you go.
It's the style.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
With the other leg. I meant with the other leg.
Okay. So, but yeah, it's like that style. So, and I think that's what really brings about, if you go way back to the history of music, it's what brings out certain genres, because someone wanted to play something at a faster pace, a slower pace, a different time.
Or wrong.
Or jazz. Yeah.
Like the guy, I'm like, this guy must be killing his wrists. I mean, it's so overbat. He looks like a freaking snake. And don't bother me, man. I'm like,
Not
okay.
yet. It will.
Not yet.
Like 70 years old, no, I played that way for 50 years. Okay. All right, good for you. But what about vocally before we go here?
Vocally, what do you
Yeah.
mean?
Is there any things that you look out for, like, oh, I'm gonna play a gig and I can't eat this, or I'm just gonna screw it, I'm gonna go out and sing.
So,
Well, recently
no,
we
but
had
okay, I was gonna get to
a
that.
Xavier's
No,
voice
I
got
def-
lost.
Yeah, I definitely should. Like that's the thing. I have vocal mist and I should be using it a lot more. And there's a
Mhm.
lot of things that like I think about my voice. Like, I mean, probably a lot of things I do to my voice that I probably shouldn't
Goes through
do.
puberty.
One of these days.
Yells. I heard some yells in there on the songs too.
Yeah. So, I kind of I lost my voice at a recent gig, and I don't know if it was because I was sick, but it also just made me like realize like I don't know, maybe just think because it's back now, it's fine. But like just in case, like I should really like take more care and do vocal. Like I don't vocalize.
That was your
that
warning
well.
sign, dude.
Yeah, that was like a warning sign, like Xavier. lock.
Someday it might take a week, it might take a month. It'll get longer and longer and longer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would look into some stuff with that.
Some honey. Some honey.
Yeah, I got the
More than honey.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of free, really, really good vocal trainer guys too out there, like on YouTube and stuff. And you can watch a lot of that stuff, and then kind of what I say is compile your own way of doing it. What do you think works for you? Somebody could say, take honey and hot water and this, and then what I was told is, dude, drink so much water you just start to piss and you piss your pants on the stage. He goes,
That's true.
then you know you're hydrated.
I played a guy like that. He would have like we would do like 3 or 4 hour gigs, just like cover stuff. Nothing too intense, but being out in Florida in midday outside, it adds up.
You
But
need
this
a
guy-
half a gallon.
Oh yeah, he would drink 3 bottles of water before we even start. And then in between every break, he's like, all right, man, I'll be right back. I'm like, all right, you're good. I'm over here like 3 Red Bulls in, like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely like the hydration or just like breathing in general. A lot of people don't, I mean, mostly do, but when you first start off, you don't realize the way you stand, the way you breathe, diaphragm, things like that. Mouth shape, dictation, the way you're talking. There's all these different, because your voice not only is an instrument, but it's a muscle. You have to train it. You have to,
There you go.
touch it. So
He'll give you some training, this guy.
He's
He's a drummer.
I could have said all this. Like,
well, I'm a music teacher, and I've been, here and there. I've been dabbling with some instruments here and there, but a lot of it is with experience too. And you have a lot of people, same thing. They say this works for them, that works for them. I think the voice is one of the most unique instruments or things about your body, because you have so many different layers, so many different aspects of what makes up your voice. The way you talk, if you talk to your own, all that stuff. So, but yeah, I think just being mindful, taking care of it. If you're at parties and you're screaming, your voice is going to be sore the next day. Or if you're not
You don't want to
practicing,
do anything like that.
yeah, exactly. So
Before a gig, even after a gig, there's warm downs too.
Yeah.
Like it's a pain in the ass, but if you can do it, that'll help too. Like, what's a warm down? It's almost like a warm up, but you're just doing kind of the opposite thing.
Yeah,
And it's
warming
like,
down.
okay.
I had to,
Because
like,
it made sense. So I took some lessons from Melissa Harding, which I've interviewed her a couple times. She was in 6 a.m. with Nikki Sixx,
Yeah.
and she knows her stuff. And she's like, try this and do this. And I didn't realize, like, after this, after talking for an hour, right? Your voice could be stuck because they're talking on an octave, whatever
Yeah.
it wants to, right? So you have to kind of bring it back to its normal resting place. So if you're singing really high all night and you have a low voice talking, that's going to hurt you eventually.
Yeah, that's
You got to bring it back
Oh,
down so it
yeah.
sounds like this instead of like, Vince Neil.
Yeah, some of
Or-
those guys too. I've been seeing some videos of Axl Rose, and he's feeling it. He's feeling it.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason too. If you notice, like when he was younger, there's a reason when he goes like this and he goes back, and because all of a sudden your throat, it's different, right? Your throat opens up. He's going back, and there's all technique. He just didn't realize it. You know what I mean? Now he probably does. He's like, I have to do it now. You know what I mean? I don't know if he hits that note really anymore, but yeah,
He hit something.
He tries.
I actually think he's better at AC/DC now.
Yeah. But hey, if I can be that age and still doing that, and
You're Vincent.
He's Axl Rose, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have you heard him?
Yeah, that's what we're
How about Axl Rose?
Yeah, but he mentioned Vince Neil too. I'm talking about like the same. Yeah. Yeah. Keep up.
And that's the rock guy, right? The rock guy is just you go out there and do it.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's the
Exactly.
punk thing too. It's like you're just gonna go out there and we're gonna, set all the guitars on fire. We're gonna poke holes in the speakers and all that. You just kind of go out and do it.
That's the real music right there.
You know?
Who cares about what we recorded? Let's just go up there and act fool.
Yeah, let's just change the set list last minute, and you know what I mean, all that sort of stuff. And it's a thing. So
On stage.
Yeah, I like to make a joke that we're the previous band that played before us. We're going to play their exact same set list. We're going to learn all their songs in the moment and just play the same.
That would be funny. I would love to see that. Love to see that. We're gonna play all. Say you opened up for like a name artist, and you went on stage and you played all.
Oh yeah, we're going to announce them as our songs. Like, hey, this is Euphoria. And
this is Pantera. This is Walk. And then the next one is Cemetery Gates.
Yep, exactly.
Wow. They would shut your sound off. Actually, you'd be gone.
Oh man, we're doing to a band we really don't like.
That's true. Kind of mistakenly at one gig I played one song that the other band was going to play, but I was first. So I played it first, and then they played it too, and I go, "Oh, I already played that song." One guy was like, we cover that song. I go, I don't know.
Good luck.
Didn't we do it recently?
We did, yeah. I think so. It was Breed by Nirvana.
Yeah.
And I definitely play a lot different than how it's recorded, but it has that same tempo.
Yeah.
So I think the crowd dig ours a little better, just saying, not to brag, but
there is that weird moment though where you're like, we played it and oh shit, this other band's playing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sorry guys.
Are they gonna like it better or
That's why I'm always like, guys, you guys played that awesome. You put your own twist on it. I love it, blah, blah, blah. And that's what it is. Like a lot of bands, they'll cover a song, but they'll, put their own vibe to it, which is great. I think the more music snobs is like, oh, well, it's recorded like this. And it's like, all right, but does it sound good?
No, play your own way. Surprise people.
Exactly.
I always tell people, add a section. They're like, what? Take away a section. How could you? Do it.
Yep.
That's what makes it unique too. So it's I haven't heard cover songs from you guys, so I'll have to keep an eye out.
There's a recording of Damn It,
yeah, Damn It,
and it's the same thing. Like we changed up part of the third verse where it's a little different vibe, but it's still recognizable and still that same Blink-182 vibe. But
same structure, but just different kind of
exactly.
arrangements.
It's cool. When we play it live and we go into that part, it's a little bit different. People are like, oh, like they get it, yeah. So, but it's cool, and then we go right back into it. So
that's cool. So what's next for you guys? Really quick, you got new music video, new EP, and also I seen you on the local band Smokeout, and I was like, I remember that.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
It's cool. We're getting hit with a lot of different opportunities. Been working with a couple different companies and getting more opportunities, whether it's like different tour opportunities or obviously interviews, things like that. But right now we're really trying to work on new music since we are kind of shaping the sound that matches all three of us. We're really sitting down and honing what we like to add, what we like to take away.
Yeah.
We got some shows coming up. We got some fun shows. I think we have like a Halloween show in a mansion that we're booking. That's
That'd be cool.
That's pretty but
I could tell your sound too is developing that way because I've even from single to single I was like something shifted here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
it's always fun. It keeps things fresh. I think there's a lot of bands that have that recognizable sound, so you're always going to have that sprinkled in somewhere. But when you can go outside the box or spread your wings a little bit, it keeps things interesting and it brings in new fans or it makes old fans stick around. So it's cool. It's a experiment all the way. Yeah,
cool. So you guys recording in the studio soon?
Maybe. Well, like
the door right behind you, as you said.
Yeah. The thing is, like, we're just really trying to like lock in. Like, we already have some things like recorded and everything, but we just want to make sure that like everything is like, I guess, perfect. To be honest.
Yeah.
Just everything is like locked in. Like, the way we write songs is kind of weird. I mean, we can like keep working on it as we're learning it, and then like kind of recording it as we're like learning it, making sure that like
I mean,
like, you write this song with like however you write a song, like say it's like you're just sitting there writing with like you and a guitar. What was that?
My throat.
The guitarist.
But no, like
Yeah,
you reach
but
a
yeah, it
certain
comes out
level-
totally different than,
Yeah, you reach a
than
certain level where like you can't just sit down and like be a
the guy
sound
with the rain cab. The cab that all the water in it. That would be a very interesting sound to hear what that
Right.
sounds like. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, you just got to keep, writing and evolving. The second where you kind of lose that, it's like, okay, what am I doing here? You know what I mean? So, but I can see you guys. So definitely keep touch out there. Make sure you guys check out they have an EP out, a bunch of music videos on their YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, everybody, and the
Yeah.
Spotify's and all that. But what I say is don't stream the music, download it as well, because it helps us out way more.
Are y'all
Yes.
saying, ooh, it's on our website?
Yeah, but like I like that
Yeah.
you're saying that. Like,
Well, yeah. Buy the
Yeah.
Bandcamp for $5 and
Ooh.
then stream it. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Because it would take I don't know, I'm throwing out a number like 20,000 streams to make $50, or let's say 50,000 streams, right? Depending on where you
Right.
are.
It's ridiculous.
So to not even make $50, so it's like just download it for $5. You have it, and then stream the hell out of it afterwards.
Yeah, we'll send you
You
a
know?
cassette. We'll do a cassette, 8-track,
Yeah,
whatever.
T-shirt. Always, you guys support the local bands and stuff that are coming up. That's what I always say out there. So,
Yeah.
Radio Wigwam. This is a brand new show. I've been MIA because I made 3 horror movies this past year, and I have not had time for anything else. I film music videos and stuff too, and I am all over the place. But I will try to come back with some interviews sometime soon. But yeah, we got some cool guests though. We got some cool guests that I could be interviewing too as well. Some indies and some not indies. So we'll see here. We'll see. It'd be like, dude, my schedule, man, it's killing me. Sweet. Well, you guys endorsed by anybody? Really quick, throw it out there.
I'm endorsed by Collision Drumsticks. They're a company based out of the UK, and they're a great company, awesome quality. They're really a company for the drummer, and they have different tiers that really evolve with you as a drummer, whether you're kind of doing it more like a part-time thing or you're growing and touring. They have a great endorsement package. The team's responsive. They do a really good job. If I have videos or photos sent in, they post it, they share it. If we have tours coming up, they share the flyers. So
That's what you want.
Collision Drumsticks are awesome. Check them out. I have an artist page on there. Probably need to update it a little bit. But they're a great company, variety of sticks, variety of different apparel, things like that. But yeah, go to drum company for sure.
Sweet. Anybody else?
I'm not endorsed by
Not
anyone.
yet. Not yet. It's coming. I'll send you. Do you have a pick guy? Are you endorsed by any pick companies?
No pick companies.
All right, I'll hook you up with one of them after this.
Okay, bet. Yeah, I was like, all right,
Yeah.
bet.
That'd be cool. All right, guys. Penny Fountain, check them out. They're from Florida. Maybe they'll make their way up to upstate New York here, and we can do like a little in-person video thing going on.
Yeah.
I could be behind the amp. This guy's amp that he's talking about could be right behind it. You're like, dude, I'm filming some footage, and this guy, man, I can hear the rain coming out of it.
Right.
All right, guys, we'll come back. Let me know when you have some more releases, and probably over the winter I'll be doing some more interviews. So
Awesome.
Right on,
Thanks,
dude.
Frank.
Yeah, we'll have
Appreciate
more
it.
by then.
Yeah.
sounds good, everybody. See you guys later.
Take it easy.
Peace.